Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jesse Ayub, and I'm here to present about revitalization with the focus on Likoni's urban landscape. I'd like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to be able to talk about this particular topic. I'm trying to bring about a regenerative approach towards understanding this particular place of Likoni, which is in Mombasa County. So the idea is to make it more of like an inspiration to the people and trying to unify them towards a common goal. And because I believe in the words of Manghangad and Genesis that a vocation of a place is a powerful instrument for inspiring people to come together around a common purpose. This is a short introduction about Likoni. It's located in the southern part of Mombasa County, and uh, it forms part of a mainland section of Mombasa County because there is the island part of Mombasa town that all in all consists of Mombasa County. And to get to the other side of the island, they use a ferry. They've been using a ferry for over half a century right now because there's no uh, definite connection to the two portions of Mombasa County. So this is a simple map to just understand where Likoni is and where the Mombasa Island is in relation to each other. These are general information about the area. It's the poorest of Mombasa County with an area of 51.3 kilometers squared, and the population as of 2011, the census, was at 200,000 people, which by now has probably doubled or even tripled because of the fast growth that Likoni experienced over the recent past. This is to give an understanding of the ground and geological properties of the area because to be able to build my case, I needed to have a look at how the, the, the area is in terms of the geology, the rainfalls, the ground itself, and to be able to understand exactly what is the situation in Mombasa. And you can notice now the image clearly depicts the island of Mombasa and where Likoni is, and the other side that all in all make the county. This is part of the study on the rocks, so I had to touch on the physiography, make a summary of the geology and stratigraphy, just to understand how rich this area is in terms of the coral rock that will now set a basis of our study that will lead us to the idea of us proposing revitalization. So human activities from time immemorial have been agriculture, and this is just a few pictorial images to show how Likoni has developed over a period of time. So the images above shows a chronology of time for the past 2 decades, and you will see the agriculture made the area rich in terms of produce and the population increased. But that's so with the increase of population came the need of housing, and not only in Likoni but also to the island of Mombasa. So there was the fact that the factor of people mining or quarrying in Likoni and taking the stones to the mainland and also to parts of Likoni that later on led to this intensified congestion in the small urban center. So the bar shows how big the agricultural land decreased over a period of time. So we are moving from agriculture to now quarrying, and these are a few areas which I consider to have experienced this environmental destruction due to the quarrying activities. And this shows the hierarchy of activities now as of today, where people are living on $2 to $4 a day. So that's why it's the poorest area of the county. And people have resorted to go into the port of Mombasa to work as day laborers there and other areas, but on the mainland, and living this destitute life to the to only the evening time when they come back home. So they either working as day laborers, quarrying, or informal street vending, and finally agriculture. So agriculture has gone down from being top of this hierarchy. But what is the spirit of the place? So we notice some rebellion. So we've got different rebels on different scales. We've got the cartels that are rebelling against nature, and they are all mindful about how much they can be getting from the quarrying, and how to enrich themselves. While at the same time, the people who are the custodians of the environment are rebelling against these movements, and that's why there are always constant protests and a cry to the people, because this is not what they envision the environment to be. So these are a few proposals that we developed, and they're not in particular order, but just proposals to see the idea of revitalization being achieved. These are the site potentials. So looking at Likoni growing as an urban center, it's now a town, but we believe in future it will be able to become even part of a renowned maybe area of Mombasa. So there's the need of to establish some city making activities, culture making activities, as well as place making, to be able to uh, make the area have a newness of some sort. As we are trying to look at the site potentials, then what values will these, what value adding roles are we also incorporating in such an area with a depleted quarry close to the society? So we came up with the economic, environmental, and social values that can be helpful towards modifying this particular area. And in order to touch on the different areas, we came up with this sort of mapping, where we are trying to identify the patches, which are the depleted and active quarries, vis-a-vis the corridors that are the roads where people use in their day-to-day activities. And this is a close-up of Zamzam area. So we are looking at how to engage a correlation between these patches and the corridors in the midst of the community. And some of the things will be incorporating a green blue infrastructure. So instead of having a quarry that is neglected close to the houses, some of them being used as dump sites, then what can we propose as being part of custodians of this environment? Because this is where we come from. So we propose designing for evolution. So it's more of a metamorphosis kind of idea, whereby there's moving from the depleted quarry as seen in part A, and all the way to part B, which shows the engagement, and then finally part C. So the initial stage would be bringing autochthonous vegetation, which is the locally found vegetation, to be the initiator of this sort of reforestation, let's say, for that matter. Then there'll be the bringing in of different trees, and that can be able to facilitate the common goal. As we are doing that, we will also be highlighting capitals of genuine wealth. So can we find a platform where natural capital, human capital, built capital, and financial capital can all come and be able to work together for the common good of Likoni as a town? And this is why we did this mapping and imagery, and some of the appropriate technologies that can be incorporated. And instead of having a depleted quarry whereby When it rains, it's a site for stagnating water, and mosquitoes breed malaria, bilharzia, and some of the depleted quarries are also used as lynching places where people are killed and dumped into this area. So the insecurities and all the negative aspects that come with the having the depleted quarries is what we're trying to counter in this section. So, in conclusion, we believe Likoni needs revitalization. And truth be said, in the words of Prentice Blodell, that nature can live with man, but man cannot live without nature. So, what can we do to be able to live with nature? These are the references that help us to develop this short presentation, and I believe it will spark a conversation somewhere, and one day we will be able to actually engage the community towards revitalizing this particular area. Thank you for being my audience, and I highly appreciate. Thank you.